Callista, what time do you plan to arrive home today? Get here quickly so you can cook dinner for us all. We're hungry and waiting.
Mom, what are you on about? I'm still at work. There's no way I'm leaving now to serve you all dinner. After all, it's just midday, and supper won't be served until much later.
Do you realize what a terrible daughter you are? Simply a good-for-nothing jerk. I mean, you're 26 years old and still don't take responsibility. You should strive to be more like your younger brother, Edric.
Mom, Edric is still at university and has never had to work. What was he going to teach me?
That's correct. He is in college, as opposed to you, who merely attended a trade school. You should devote more time to your family.
Every month, I literally give you a portion of my money.
You know what I mean, mister? Rent. Stop acting so mighty when all you ever offer us is the basic least. You are aware that we are just allowing you to reside here. This isn't your personal hotel where you can stay anytime you want.
It's not like I particularly enjoy living at home. However, the location is advantageous because it is closer to work. Besides, it was Dad who requested me to move in and contribute a little of my salary. You two truly left me with no option but to move in. To be honest, the majority of my profits are directed at you. At this pace, I'll never be able to afford to move out and live on my own.
Callista, I'm sick and tired of your excuses. You must learn to accept responsibility for yourself. You are the older brother, and you should behave like it. You don't have money since you have no education and are lousy at saving. And, despite the fact that your father and I have allowed you to stay here, you never bother assisting with the chores. Why are you still alive?
Mom! How can you say such a thing to your own child?
My kid? Haha. Please, I just require one son, whose name is Edric. Oh, you're simply a failure and a blunder. I no longer want you in my life.
Please. Mom. You should not say such things. Do you give a damn about how it makes me feel?
You want me to think that a brain as little as yours has feelings? Callista, how did you end up being so dumb in the first place? You're not excellent at anything, and all you do at home is take up room.
That is not correct. I offer you a large portion of what I earn. Even I recognize that I am not as intelligent as Edric. But it doesn't mean I can't learn new things. Edric is already 20, but all he does is study. I don't believe he has even one buddy. Mom, I'm concerned about him as well.
What? He is a genius, little brother, and he doesn't need you to worry about him. He will be quite fine on his own. Besides, his intelligence is worlds beyond everyone else's, so it's no surprise he hasn't found someone to converse to. He functions on a separate level. I don't think he even needs pals. He is destined for far greater things than any of us can conceive.
I see. And you don't think that's a chilly way to treat your own child?
What does that even mean? Are you attempting to offend Edric right now? What information do you have about him? Nothing, you idiot. You truly irritated me. I want you to leave.
Out? Do you really like to leave? But what if you two have financial problems and I'm not there to help?
Who needs you in the first place? I'll chat to your father and try to persuade him. But, do you understand, I never want you to come back inside the house? I'll gather your belongings and place them on the lawn so you're able to collect.
What? You're not serious.
I am. And by everything, I mean everything. So simply come back to get your belongings and then depart. I don't even want to look at you. If you remain here much longer, you'll probably end up rubbing off on Edric.
Mom, do you even understand what you're saying? How can you be so mean to your own child? Okay, if you want me to go, that's okay, but I can't leave today. That is far too soon.
Enough. I'm not interested in hearing it any longer.
This is unbelievable.
You'd best hurry since you're about to go. We're all in agreement that we don't want you here any longer. So collect your belongings and leave. Nobody wants you here. There is nothing left for you.
You truly are the worst, MOM. But great, if that's how you want it, you'll never hear from me again.
Well, and it's not just me. You are also not to contact anyone from this family.
Okay, fine. Then tell them all not to approach me again.
And from now on, you are no longer my daughter. We are nothing to one another, understand? Callista, please give us money immediately now.
Please excuse me. Is that you, Mom?
What are you on about? All those years ago, I informed you that you were no longer my child. And if you believe that after 7 years of not bothering to check on us would alter that, you're dead wrong.
Wow. Are you serious? That's exactly what you're saying to me. You, I believe, were the first to declare that you would never speak to me again. Then you threw all my belongings on the grass and kicked me out.
Whatever you recall, I know the facts.
You don't, it appears, but whatever. And what exactly do you imply by your previous message?
I mean, I need you to transfer money to us. That shouldn't be that difficult to find out. Then again, you've always been an idiot. I doubt you're earning that much right now. But please send us something. After all, it was you who abandoned this family.
LOL, wait a minute. Are we related or not? You must maintain the integrity of your tale. You continue to claim I betrayed you, but you're actually the ones who kicked me out, to begin with. And now you've had the audacity to message me begging for money.
But this is a major matter. We are in a terrible situation.
And what exactly do you imply by that?
I just referred to that there's a lot going on over here and we need your assistance.
First, tell me what's going on. I'd want to know.
Why should be required an explanation for anything to such a moron as you?
Why did you bother contacting an idiot such me in the very first place? Especially when it comes to begging for money.
Stop playing your semantic word games, please. If you need to know, Edric is deeply in debt, and we have recently all gone into debt in order to assist him. So now we need you to assist us all by sending money.
What? Do you mean you're all in debt?
Enough with the questions. Just cough up the cash to assist your younger sibling. Stop being so ineffective and send $5,000 right now.
Yeah, I guess I'll pass.
What exactly do you mean?
I mean, you kicked me out of this family 7 years ago, and we promised never to speak to each other again. And yet you've come to talk to me. I attempted to speak with various attorneys, who indicated that there is no true legal means to entirely keep you away from me. He said that the best way to do is to disregard whatever you could email me. So, I suppose I'll just block you for the time being.
What are you on about? Are you serious about abandoning your family for the second time?
No, what exactly are you on about? You were the person who claimed I was not anymore your kid or a member of your family. And it was all because I was scared for my younger brother. But you two never listened to me and treated me like garbage. So, how is Edric doing? Is he a reclusive loner like I feared he'd become all those many years ago?
If that's what you're asking, he doesn't have a job. But he's getting ready for one.
What exactly does getting ready for a job imply?
I just mean that he is still preparing for his major future. He's just not ready yet. He's like a battery that's about to be fully charged.
What the heck is that?
What exactly do you mean?
You have spoiled Edric for far too long, and he can no longer function as an adult. You've made him absolutely helpless. He is, after all, 24 years old, right? But I'm sure he still has no friends and spends his days at home.
Well, he's been working all day on whatever on his laptop. But I know it's going to pay off soon, and then we'll all be rich. So we only need to pay off these loans and we'll be set.
And what gives you the impression that repaying off your debts would cure all of your problems? Edric may be brilliant at studying, but is it what you consider to be smart?
And what caused you to say such a thing? You do not even have a decent job or anything.
Actually, I'm using my trade school knowledge to, wait for it, work in my trade. And now I am in charge of a foreign branch office.
What exactly are you doing?
After you pushed me out of the residence, I went out and tried to get another employment, and I had to apply every ability I'd learned during school to actually make it work. More obviously, I was never brilliant at regular schoolwork, but my trade school provided me with a wealth of practical knowledge. In reality, since our last conversation, I've married, had children, and am now enjoying a very calm life abroad.
Are you kidding me? You've gotten married. Do you have children? My grandchildren.
I don't believe you can call them your grandchildren. After all, we're no longer related.
So, when do you suppose you'll be back?
Home? And where exactly do you mean by that?
Of course, to our house. When will you return to present your father and me to our grandchildren?
That will never, ever happen. I've told everything to my husband, and she's quite happy to tell people that I don't have any family. After all, isn't it true in some ways?
Callista, what are you on about? We are your extended family. How do you put it? And do you truly work abroad? That is really fantastic. I've heard that abroad positions are typically well compensated, don't they?
They do. Thank you for inquiring. But it should not worry you because you will never see any of that money.
Oh, my sweetheart, come on. Don't be that way. We must band together as a family to fight this difficulty. That's what families do. Do you not wish to assist your brother? Remember how concerned you were about him? And he always compliments you on your appearance.
That's fantastic, but I don't believe any of it. And, as I already stated, I don't consider us to be family. So why don't you all continue to suffer as a family?
Please. Can't you simply send us a small sum of money? And perhaps you might bring your children so we finally get to see our grandchildren?
No way. For as long as I can, I will not let my children meet you. I'll make absolutely sure this is the last time we ever speak.
How can you be that mean? How can you mention things like that to me? It's me, your mom.
You are not, in my opinion. You've only ever compared me to Edric, and you've done it repeatedly. You've never acknowledged me for who I am. So, now that I'm free, I never want to see any of you again.
Okay, I get what you mean. I apologize. I was foolish to have treated you in that manner for so long. Please accept my apologies. So please, Callista, just come back home to us. Perhaps we can all live together again? It will be enjoyable if you bring your husband and children. It's just as it used to be.
It was never pleasant for me, and there's no way I'm exposing my true family to individuals like you. And I have no intention of entangling myself or my family in the debt that you three have accrued over the years.
Why must you be so harsh right now? Didn't I apologize? Isn't that sufficient? Please, can't you find it in your heart to reconsider? There was never a time when we didn't adore you as if you were our own kid. Let's just be a family again and let things return to how they were when we were happy.
What you're attempting to achieve right now is very apparent. Money was literally the first thing you asked me for, and it is still all you want from me. Especially now that you know how much better my life has become since I left you all behind.
No, that is not the case. You've got everything wrong. Simply return home. Your mother is pleading with you.
What kind of mother? This is plenty for me. I stated unequivocally that I would not be attending. If you continue to message me after this, I will sue you for harassment.
Sue me? Sue your mother? Don't you think that's going too far? Is it so bad that all I want to do after all these years is see my child?
You don't want to see me, all you want is my money. And this pitiful attempt to obtain it is pathetic. You want me to assist you in digging your way out of the hole you have built for yourself by babying Edric. Did you seriously expect me to fall for this? I've already informed you that I don't want anything to do with any of you again. Mom, goodbye.
Hey Callista, there's something I want to talk to you about.
What is it? What's wrong, Edric?
Mom wants you to come back home with her after finding out that you got married. She wants to have a conversation again. She realized her mistakes and hopes that you can return to our family. Mom wants you to come home with her. She's realized her mistake about your marriage and hopes you can come back to our family.
That's impossible. Did you forget all the things that happened? Do you remember the mistakes Mom made? Have you forgotten where you came from? Have you forgotten how you caused all those mistakes?
How can you be so selfish and ridiculous? I'm your little brother, and you're responsible for this family. How can you be so selfish and stubborn?
Haha, are you telling a joke? The one who was adopted by our parents is not me. You got to go to college while I had to give up my education to work. Do you remember how much money I gave you so you could continue studying at a prestigious university with exorbitant tuition fees? Everything was thanks to my extra job earnings, but all you did was reach out and ask for every penny from our parents.
So what? I'm their son and your younger brother.
I had to give up my studies to work so I could continue in a famous university with expensive tuition fees. I worked overtime to give you money, but you keep relying on your parents for everything. I won't have any responsibility towards you. You're old enough to take responsibility for yourself.
What? I'm your young brother. Everyone in the family should be responsible for me.
I won't no longer willing to assume responsibility for you. You're old enough to take care of yourself.
Fine, then lend me some money. It's not much compared to your monthly salary.
How much do you need?
Is $20,000 too difficult for you compared to your monthly salary? I need this to pay off a debt. That should be easy for you, right?
LOL, I'm not the family ATM. I have no obligation towards you anymore. I have no responsibility to you at all.
Then what do you do? What are you doing for this family then?
I'm done with this responsibility to you and this family. I'll never contact you or Mom again. Don't try to reach out to me or anyone in the family because I want nothing to do with you. I'll block you if you try to contact me.
What is your role in helping this family?
So what for? Family gives me bad feelings, so I need them to what? I've fulfilled my obligations to you and this family. And I will never contact you or Mom again. Don't try to contact me or anyone in the family because I don't want to have any contact with you all anymore. Don't try to reach out to me because I will block you.
Hey Callista! Are you crazy? Let's call your mom now.
Callista's mother was utterly taken aback by the whiplash of discovering her estranged kid was rich and prosperous and that she had grandchildren, only to find out that none of them will ever be a part of her life. Edric just got further under Dad and pulled both of them down on him until they had no choice but to force Edric out of their house. Even still, Callista had never thought of assisting any of them, preferring to concentrate on his wonderful life and beloved family from the protection of a whole.
Hi, Mom. I wanted to talk to you about something. Because I've been thinking a lot. I want to move out of the house and continue studying at the university. I want to attend.
Oh, that's a big plan. But I think you should think again. 'Cause study in high school 3 is more than enough. That university is unnecessary and a waste of money. So you can't go to school in time because of housework.
Mom, I've grown up. University is very important to me. I want to go to work with a college degree.
I understand you want to pursue your education. But I don't think it's necessary for you to go to university right now. You need to assist me in taking care of the baby if you want to earn money. University is really expensive. You would have to work part-time just to pay for your education.
I know the cost is high. But I'm willing to work hard and do what it takes to pay for my education. I think it's time for me to focus on my own life and career. Instead of having to take care of your baby, time has been enough.
I need your help with the baby, Doris. I can't do it all on my own.
I understand that. But I'm old enough to take care of myself and contribute to our household. I want to be independent.
It's not just about the money, Doris. I need your help with the baby. You're her sister and you have a responsibility to her.
I love her. But I need to focus on my future too. I want to go to school and make something of myself.
I don't want you to waste your money on something that's not necessary right now. High school 3 is enough.
With all due respect, Mom. This is my life and my future. I need to make the decisions that are right for me. I want to go to university and I hope you can support me.
It's too expensive, Doris. And I really need your help. Tuition at the school has ranged from $50,000 to $60,000. Doris, you won't be able to work much to meet your tuition fees. My child's school fees should be self-pay. I can't work to pay your tuition.
I understand that you're worried about the cost. But I'm willing to work hard and find ways to pay for my education. I can help when I have time. But I need to focus on my studies too.
This is a really tough decision for us, Doris. I'm not sure what to do.
I know it's tough, but I hope you can trust me and support me in pursuing my dreams.
I really need your help with the baby, Doris. I think you should think more about making money. Your salary to spend on studying is not enough.
So I want you to allow me to stay in the school dormitory. I can also work as a tutor to earn extra income.
Okay, I'll think about it more.
My darling, what are you doing?
Tom, I'm feeling upset again. I really want to go to school, but my mother just won't let me.
I'm sorry to hear that. But why does she think so?
She thinks that studying at the university is very expensive. She cannot pay the fees. My mom needs someone to take care of her baby.
Don't be sad, honey. But don't give up on your dreams. You can make it happen if you really want to.
I know, but I don't have the money to pay for university if I don't have job.
Don't worry, I'll help you. I can help with your tuition for the first year, and you can stay in the dormitory.
Really? That would be amazing. Thank you, Tom.
Of course, I want to support you in any way I can. And if you do well in school, you can even get a scholarship.
You're so sweet, Tom. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome. Say, how about we celebrate tonight? Let's go to a nice restaurant.
That sounds great. I'd love to go out with you.
Awesome, I know a great place. Let's go get ready.
However, that night Tom did not come. I was very worried for Tom.
Tom, where were you yesterday? Why didn't you show up at the restaurant like we planned?
Doris, I thought you canceled on me. You texted me saying that you couldn't make it.
What? I never sent you any such message. Someone must have played a prank on you.
Wait, what? Are you serious? Because I remember getting a message from your number that said you couldn't come.
Tom, listen. I never sent you any such message. I don't know who did it, but I can assure you that it wasn't me.
Okay, I understand. But why didn't you call me if you didn't send the text?
Tom, my phone had some serious issues, so I left my phone at home. I couldn't use it for the whole day. I came to the restaurant and waited for you, but you never showed up.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Doris. I wish I had known this earlier. I wouldn't have missed our plan.
Tom, I am very disappointed in you. You should have called and checked if everything was okay. Also, how did somebody get hold of my phone?
I understand, Doris, and I apologize for causing you any trouble.
OMG. I understand how you would receive my text. My mom took my phone to text you. She read all our conversations, and she is not happy with the fact that I have been going out with you.
Oh no, really? Why is that?
She thinks that we are getting too serious too soon. You know, parents can be very overprotective.
I see. I understand her concerns. But Doris, I have really enjoyed spending time with you. I promise to be patient and not rush things if that is what your mother wants.
Thank you, Tom. That is very thoughtful of you. I appreciate it. I think I need to talk to my mother and explain our situation to her. Maybe she will understand.
Sure, take your time. In the meantime, I will make it up to you for missing our date. Can we plan something special for next weekend?
Sounds great, Tom. Let's do that.
So I'll schedule an appointment this week. I'll give you a call, okay?
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know that I transferred you $50,000 for your tuition fees at the university.
What? I didn't get any notification for the transaction yet. Are you sure you sent it to the right person?
Yes, I am sure. I double-checked everything before making the transaction. It should be in your bank account by now.
That's so weird. Let me check my account balance again.
Doris checks her account balance.
No, I still don't see any transaction for $50,000. I am so worried right now. What should we do?
Don't worry, Doris. It sometimes takes a few days for the transaction to process. Maybe you can check your bank card and see if it shows the transaction.
Bank card? I can't see it. I misplaced it a few days ago. I have been searching for it, but I can't seem to find it.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Maybe you misplaced it somewhere in your room. You should go check again. There might be a chance that it is there somewhere.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll go back to my room and search for it again. Hopefully, I'll find it this time.
Sure. Let me know if you need any help. And don't worry about the transaction. It should show up in a few days.
Thank you, Tom. I'll check my room and let you know if I find the bank card.
No problem, Doris. Do take care and all the best with finding the bank card.
Suddenly, I got a notification from the bank that the money has been transferred to my mother's bank account number. I was very surprised, quickly texted my mother to talk.
Mom, what did you do? Why did you transfer my tuition money without my consent?
Oh, come on, Doris. I thought you needed help. I knew that you were struggling to pay your tuition fees, so I decided to help you out.
But I didn't ask for your help. You have no right to do that without my permission.
Look, I understand that you are angry, but you should be grateful to me. You are staying at my house, and you should pay the rent and utilities. This money should be used for that.
I understand that, but I spent most of my time taking care of your baby. I couldn't go to work to pay the rent. And besides, that money was lent to me by Tom. I need to pay back Tom and not use it for other things.
Well, you should have thought of that before taking Tom's money. It's not my fault that you are in this situation.
But it's not fair. You can't just take my money like that. I need it for my tuition fees.
I understand that, but I can't just give you the money back. You need to start paying your bills and rent first before you pay me back.
That's not fair. You can't just decide when and how I should pay you back. I want my money back, and I want it now.
Look, Doris. I understand that you are upset, but I can't just give you the money back. We need to come up with a plan to pay the bills and rent first.
I'm sorry, Mom, but I can't stay here anymore. I need to find another place to stay. I can't believe you would do this to me.
Doris, please don't leave. Let's work something out. We can talk about it and figure out a way to pay the bills and rent so that you don't have to worry about that anymore.
I don't know, Mom. I just feel so betrayed. I need some time to think about it. But for now, I need you to give me back my money. I can't stay here anymore. Moreover, I can't believe you used my phone to text Tom. That's an invasion of my privacy.
Doris, calm down. I just wanted to talk to him about something important.
But that's none of your business. You have no right to interfere in my personal life like that.
Doris, I understand that you care about Tom. But I don't think he's suitable for you. He's always trying to pull you out of your relationship between you and me. He's not good for you.
That's not true. Tom loves me. He's always been there for me.
But Doris, he's always trying to pull you away from me. You need to break up with him.
No, I can't do that. I love him, and I need him in my life.
Doris, I'm not trying to hurt you, but I just want you to see that Tom is not the right person for you. Tom is splitting that relationship between the two of.
I understand that, Mom, but I still think that. I don't want to break up with him. Mom. But please don't use my phone again without my permission. That's not okay.
I'm sorry, Doris. I won't do it again. I just wanted to talk to Tom about something important. I didn't mean to invade your privacy.
Mom. I want my money back. If you don't give it back, I will report it to the police.
Doris, you've got to be kidding me. You are really going to do this? After all I've done for you?
Yes, I'm serious.
Fine, I'll give you back the money. But just know that you've betrayed me, Doris. I never thought you would do something like this.
Betrayed you? What are you talking about, Mom?
All of this drama with Tom. You're not thinking about your family or your sister. You just want to move out and be with him. It's not fair to anyone else.
That's not true, Mom. I love Tom and he loves me. And I'm moving to the dorm because it's closer to my school.
Whatever, Doris. I don't want to argue about this anymore. This afternoon, I will transfer the tuition amount back to you.
Thank Mom.
You're welcome. But just know that our relationship will never be the same after this.
Mom, I hope you will understand and allow me to pursue my dream of going to school. It's really important to me that I go to university. It's my dream. And I also wanted to talk to you about Tom.
What about Tom?
We've been dating for a while now and I really care about him. I hope you can support our relationship.
Doris. I need time to think about it.
I understand. But I promise that I will come back on the weekends to help you take care of my sister.
I appreciate that, Doris. It's important to me that you're there for your family.
Of course, family is important. That's why I'm hoping for your understanding about the money and my relationship with Tom.
Okay, Doris. I've thought about it and I understand how important going to university is for you. You can keep the money and use it for your tuition. As for your relationship with Tom, I'll consider it and we can talk more about it later.
Thank you, Mom. I really appreciate your support.
After a while, my mother also allowed and supported me to go to college. I also found a job teaching at the school. My relationship with my mother is better. She supported me going forward with Tom.
Hello, Vivian. Long time no see you.
Hi, Stella.
Have you been fine for a long time?
I'm fine.
But I heard you're in love with an old man, is that true? I think you're not okay.
Old man? Who did you hear say that? It is untrue. He is only 43 years old, still very young.
But you are only 18 years old. He is much older than you. And he has a child of his own. The two of you really don't get along. He has too many flaws. He doesn't deserve you.
No, I'm the one who doesn't deserve him. He's handsome, has a house, has a car, is kind, but he still loves me. And I have nothing in hand, just a girl who hasn't finished college.
But he is much older than you. What if you were cheated by him?
No. He's not that kind of person.
Okay. You didn't listen to my advice. You will regret.
I won't regret loving him. But I'm wondering, why are you so opposed to me loving him?
Because I'm worried about you.
Impossible. If you are my best friend, they will support and congratulate me, not prevent me from being happy. Let's talk. What purpose are you having? Why did you do that?
I just want the best for you.
Wanting to be good to me but preventing me from being happy? It's ridiculous.
You are a young, beautiful girl. You won't be able to stay with an old man for the rest of your life. Am I right?
Even so, I still love him. I will be with him for the rest of my life.
Oh, you treat him well, but does he appreciate you? I think he's just cheating on you. Because if he really loved you, he would have made their love story public. But until now, only a few people know about their love story.
He doesn't want to publicize his love story for my good. He was worried that my love for an older person would be ridiculed by everyone. That will affect my studies.
Then he's weak because he can't protect you.
You have no right to tell him that. He doesn't publicize his love story, he is protecting me.
Okay. So is he thinking about marrying you?
Yes, of course.
So your families both agree to let you get married?
I don't know either. Because I haven't talked about this with my family yet.
I don't think your family will agree with this. They will stop you just like me.
Impossible. They love me very much. They will wish me happiness.
Oh, just try telling them.
Surely they will agree to let me marry him.
Okay. I don't care what your family has to say about this. But I don't think your lover's family will agree to this marriage.
What? Why do you know? I do not believe. I heard him talk about his family. He has a daughter the same age as me. I think we'll be pretty close when we meet.
You think too simple already. She wouldn't be close to someone who stole her dad.
I do not believe. But why are you so sure about that?
Because I'm his daughter, of course. Are you surprised?
You tricked me.
I tricked you into doing this. I don't have time to do that boring thing either. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I will not agree for you and my father to get married. If you still want to marry my father, prepare yourself for bad luck. Goodbye.
Don't you want your dad to be happy, Stella? Hey, Stella. Are you here? Want to answer me?
Vivian waited for a while, but Stella didn't reply to the message, so she switched to texting with her family. Vivian tells her family about how she fell in love with a 43-year-old man. And she was vehemently opposed by everyone in her family. She then confided in Otis, her 43-year-old lover.
Honey, are you there?
I'm here. I am always here waiting for you.
Thank you very much. I want to tell you something important.
You want to talk to me about getting married, Vivian?
Not that. I think we should break up.
What? What are you saying? Am I listening wrong?
You didn't hear me wrong, Otis. I want to break up with you.
Why? What made you change your mind? Give me a good reason.
Because neither my family nor your family agreed that we get married.
Okay. If your family doesn't approve of us getting married, I can understand. But my family doesn't agree how we get married?
Do you have a daughter named Stella?
That's right. Has she caused you trouble?
She texted me saying she wouldn't agree to the marriage. If I marry you, she will bring me bad luck.
What? She is so worth it. I will punish her.
No, you don't do that. She treated me like this because I stole her father. Just because she loves you.
Incorrect. That's not love, it's selfishness. If she loves me, she shouldn't. She also knows that I love you very much. I have changed positively since I fell in love with you. I can't break up with you.
But our love is not blessed by everyone. I'm so sad.
Don't be sad. I will find a way to deal with this.
But I can't let you bear all that pressure. I will try to get my family's approval. We will try together.
Love you. I believe you can. Now I will talk to Stella.
Goodbye.
After saying goodbye to Otis, Vivian immediately texted with her mother.
Mommy. I have something to tell Mom.
What do you want to talk about? If it's about you breaking up with that man, I'll listen.
Are not. I have decided not to break up with him.
You want to piss me off, right?
Don't be angry. Listen to me. There's nothing wrong with loving an older man. He can take good care of me. Why are you not happy?
You only see what is in front of you. In the future, that man will die before you. You will be alone. That's what I don't want to see the most. And he has a child of his own. What if you were bullied by her after getting married?
Do not worry. Otis will protect me. And the future may change. He will live with me until the end of his life. Let time prove it all. Please allow us to get married.
You should think again. I just want good for you. All parents want their children to be happy.
I'm only happy when I'm with him.
But I don't think it's necessary for you to go to university right now.
Really? Thank you so much, Mom.
Then Vivian told Stella everything.
Stella, you know, my family has agreed to my marriage with Otis.
Oh, congratulations. But I don't agree with you marrying my father. I will make this public on social media. It was you who seduced my father.
What? Why can you do so? You are smearing my honor. Me and Otis are loved from both sides. No one seduces anyone.
I don't care. I won't let you come together.
You. Why are you so stubborn?
Because of my dead mother, of course. She is my father's wife and my only mother. I do not accept a mother my age. Never. My father belongs to my mother. You are the one who destroyed my family.
But your mother is dead. Only your father is alone. He is very pitiful. You have to go to school every day and only go home on weekends. Think of your dad eating alone every night, going to bed alone, with no one to talk to. I know you love your father very much. Are you worried he'll leave you?
Not. He betrayed my mother. He once promised to always love my mother even if she died.
I get it. When I got to know him, I also found him in a very bad mood. He shares with me a lot about your mother. He once confided to me that he was very lonely and wanted to find someone to be with. Stella, he's not at fault.
But if I accept you to marry my father, it will not be fair to my mother.
I think your mom will be happy if your dad is happy.
I don't know. If he marries you, then I will be abandoned by him. No, that can't be. I won't let this happen.
Otis will not abandon you. You are the child he loves the most.
I do not believe. Why are you so sure? If you get married, you will have a child of your own. At that time, I was no longer his only child.
You are so selfish. Otis will be very disappointed in you.
You can say I'm selfish. As long as my dad always loves me.
I told your story to Otis. He will see you soon to talk.
Oh, is he on his way to see me? I very much look forward to.
While you wait for him to arrive, I hope you will think twice. Goodbye.
Vivian and Stella quickly end the unhappy story. 2 hours later, something unfortunate happened unexpectedly. Both Vivian and Stella received the news that Otis was in a car accident and died. Vivian and Stella were both dumbfounded. 2 days after.
Ha ha ha, Stella. Did you feel satisfied? It was you who killed Otis.
Oh, you came at the right time. You are the one who indirectly caused my father's death. Who advised my father to come find me?
It's because you blocked our love, that's why he went to advise you. You are the one who caused his death.
No, I'm not. It's you.
Don't run away anymore. You also hurt him before he passed away. He is not completely happy because you do not agree with his marriage. It was your selfishness that killed him. Give him back to me. My lover was killed by you.
I didn't mean to. I don't think such a thing would happen.
I won't forgive you for the rest of my life. My happiness has been destroyed by you. Live with your selfishness.
No, I was wrong. I regret it.
Ha ha ha, I don't care. I will leave this place.
Where do you want to go? Why leave?
So why do you think I should stay in the place that caused me suffering? The person I love is no longer in this world. Goodbye. I don't want to see you anymore.
No. Wait a minute, Vivian. Vivian.
After that, Vivi ended up chatting with Stella. Vivian wants to talk to her mother about her future plans.
Mom, I have something important to tell you.
What's up? Have you reduced your grief? Otis's accident is a pity, but you still have to pay attention to your health.
Yes, Mom. I will try to take care of my health. But I can't get rid of the pain of losing my lover.
Forget about Otis. I will recommend you a better man than Otis. That's my friend's son. He is studying at Harvard University. The family is very rich.
How can you do that? My lover just passed away 2 days ago, and you were in a hurry to find me another man.
I just want the best for you. I think with a new love, you will no longer suffer.
I don't want that. I will never forget Otis. I won't love anyone else anymore. Don't do that nonsense again. I will not do what you say. And I want to inform you that I will be leaving this place for a while.
What? Where do you want to go? Why leave?
I will travel around the world. Otis and I once promised each other that after we married, we would go on a honeymoon around the world. But that dream will never come true. So I will replace Otis to see the beauty of this world.
Think again, Vivian. Are you going to leave this family?
Mom, I only left for a few years and then I'll come back.
But you are alone, I am very worried for you.
Don't worry, I'll take good care of myself.
Okay. Come back soon.
Thank you so much, Mom.
Then Vivian set off to travel around the world. 5 years later, she returned. Vivian visits Otis' grave. Here she meets Stella again.
Long time no see, Stella. How are you?
I am not fine. From 5 years ago until now, I still live in regret. Every night I see my father in my dreams. He said he didn't blame me. But I never forgave myself. I owe you an apology. I'm sorry, Vivian. Please forgive my selfishness that year.
Sorry? If you're sorry, will Otis come back to life? I don't need your apology.
I.
Goodbye.
Vivian returns to meet her parents. She lived with her parents for the rest of her life. Vivian's love for Otis will never change. And Stella still lives in regret because that year destroyed her father's happiness.
Mina, I don't mean to repeat, but when do you plan on resigning from your current job? It's simply impossible to juggle full-time employment and the responsibilities of parenting a child effectively. It's unfortunate for Heather. Is this the lasting memory you want to create for her childhood? Your absence due to work always taking precedence? If you truly prioritize Heather's well-being, then you should dedicate yourself to being a full-time stay-at-home parent.
Ella, it's nice to hear from you. Must we revisit this matter once more? Regardless of how many times you bring it up, my response will remain unchanged. Leaving my job is simply not feasible at this time, and I have no intention of doing so either. I trust you haven't overlooked the fact that I am the owner of my own company. If I were to depart, there would be no one remaining to manage the company.
What are you talking about? You can just leave that up to your replacement. I'm sure there are other capable people who can take over as president, but there's only one mother for Heather. And that's you. Are you sure that you really understand that responsibility? And yet, you still choose to neglect the housework and childcare, just so you can keep working.
Nothing is being neglected, just so you know. I do my share of the housework and childcare and make sure that Heather is my #1 priority. Always. Except for the time that Heather spends at daycare, I'm always right by her side.
That's not what I'm talking about. What if something were to happen to Heather during the day? You might be too busy with work and be unable to get to her when she needs you. Have you ever thought about that? Just imagine how she'd feel.
I've definitely considered that kind of situation. And that's why I always keep my phone right next to me, so that I can be reached at any time during the day. I've always been available whenever Heather needs me. So I'm quite certain that she doesn't feel like she's missing out on anything.
That's what I'm saying. You're just trying to justify your reasons for not being with Heather all the time. My poor granddaughter. How lonely she must be all the time. Just so you know, I won't acknowledge any woman with a job as my daughter-in-law. In my family, a mother's #1 job is taking care of her family. What does Jack say about all this? Surely, he doesn't support the idea of you working so much.
Actually, Jack is very encouraging about me working. He knows how hard I've worked to build up my career this far, so he doesn't want me to let it go for the sake of our family. We both share the load in raising Heather and keeping up our house, so we've already discussed how we will always support and help one another in this family.
I see. I raised Jack to be much too kind of a gentleman. He's very respectful of your wishes, isn't he? But I'm sure that's not how he truly feels. I think that he'd be happier if you would be at home full-time.
But what can I say?
You were well aware of my wishes to continue working even before Jason and I got married. I thought it was a mutual understanding. And my thoughts about my career haven't changed since then, so leaving my job isn't even an option for me.
You're really such a stubborn woman. Jack earns more than enough to support you and Heather. Don't you live comfortably enough already?
Of course, I don't just work for financial reasons. My job is also one of my passions. It's something I've always dreamed of doing, and I just can't let it go that easily. But also, in this day and age, you never know what could happen. I just feel that it's better not to rely on just a single source of income.
Are you saying that you're worried about being dependent on my son? Do you think that he's going to lose his job or something?
Absolutely not. I would trust Jack with my life.
But this is something we've already discussed and decided on together. So unfortunately, I won't be able to do as you say.
I just thought that once you got married and had children, you'd finally realize that a woman's place should be in the home. But I guess I was wrong. You just don't know when it's time to give up, do you? Like I said before, I refuse to acknowledge you as my daughter-in-law. You're not my family. You don't even have the decency to heed my advice. We might as well be complete strangers.
I don't know what to say.
Well, there's one thing for sure that I can tell you. We were planning to go out to a fancy Italian restaurant to celebrate Heather's graduation from preschool. But you don't have to join us. We'll keep the celebration to family only.
Excuse me. That just seems a bit ridiculous, don't you think? I'm pretty sure that Heather herself wouldn't be happy about that situation. Besides, I don't think it's right that my daughter should be caught up in your drama. Perhaps you can leave your complaints about me behind for just one night when we're out celebrating Heather.
That's just you being selfish. You're the one who's not willing to compromise and won't even consider my request. Why don't you try to make the effort to meet me halfway for once?
I think I've made more than enough effort to be on good terms with you until now. We were visited you every single month since Heather was born. Even though it takes us more than 2 hours each way to your house. But that's because we want you to spend time with her as well. And we thought that you enjoyed being able to see your granddaughter as often as possible.
Of course, I enjoy seeing her. But isn't that just an obvious courtesy you should pay? Or do I have to give you a reward or something for just doing your duty? You're just doing what's expected of you anyways.
Is that really how you think of me? What about the monthly allowance that we send you? We do that out of generosities, so you can live comfortably without having to worry about money.
You don't get it, do you? I would have gotten my monthly allowance, regardless of whether Jack married you or not, so don't think you're doing anyone any favors. But since Jack did end up marrying you, of course you should be sending money to support me now.
I'm not sure that's quite how it works.
Anyways, I hope you understand what I'm saying now. You are to quit your job immediately. This is no longer just a request, but an order.
We still need to discuss this matter in more detail next time. Hey. Sorry, I didn't get back to you sooner. I just finished work, so I'm on my way home. Were you able to get dinner ready and eat with Heather already?
Yeah. Everything here is fine. Heather helped with the cooking and did a really great job. She said she wanted to do something special for you since you always worked so hard. So we made a feast together.
Wow! I can't wait to get home.
We're so lucky to have such a kind and understanding daughter. She's such an angel.
She gets it from her mother. When I was struggling with my job and wanted to switch to something part-time, you didn't even hesitate to step up and say that you would support our family financially. You have no idea how much that meant to me. I don't know what I would have done if you had second-guessed my decision.
Of course I would never doubt you. And we promised that we would support each other no matter what happened. But now, you are much more involved in caring for Heather, and pretty much handle everything around the house. Heather surely seems to enjoy having you around all the time now. And thanks to you, I can spend more time at work now than before. Without having to worry about Heather all the time.
You have no idea how lucky I feel to have such a confident and hardworking wife. And I think this part-time job is working out for me. I feel like I can stay here for a while. Although it's not much of a salary. I hope that it still contributes to our household income.
There is no need to talk yourself down like that. I told you how grateful I am about having you around the home more often. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. And for our family, it worked out better that I work full-time and you stay at home almost full-time. It's a perfect balance for us.
You're such a saint. I didn't know what I would have done if I didn't have your support. Thank you for everything.
Don't be silly. You're just as supportive of me, and I'm also grateful for all your work.
By the way, my mom called earlier. Did she tell you not to come to Heather's graduation celebration?
She sure did. But if I really don't attend, I'd just be playing right into her hands. I'm not gonna give her that satisfaction. I plan on showing up, regardless of what she says.
Yeah. You're right. I had a feeling that's what you would say. As a matter of fact, I decided to finally settle this conflict with my mom. Once and for all.
What do you mean?
I know that you haven't told my mom that I quit my job and only worked part-time now. And don't get me wrong. I really appreciate that consideration. But I feel like that's why she's getting so carried away. Because she's unaware of the actual situation. It's starting to get pretty ridiculous how she's always trying to force you to quit your job.
Well, I guess if she knew our current situation, she'd realize that leaving my job isn't even an option.
And I'm sure she wouldn't keep threatening me to quit working if she knew how crucial my income was in supporting our family, right? But I just didn't find the need to tell her all this. Especially knowing what a toxic parent she is, she would have just forced you to keep working, even against your will. And she would have just kept meddling in our family's business. Because she always wants to control the situation her way.
Exactly. And that's why we decided not to tell her about my current working situation. But she's always been much too involved in our business. And imposing her unwelcome advice on us. So I told her quite firmly that she needs to stay out of her business from now on. That the way we run our household will be up to you and me.
Really? You said all that?
It's unusual for you to be so firm with your mother.
I know. And since she raised me single-handedly, I've always had a hard time fighting back when she had such strong opinions. I didn't want her to think that I was ungrateful or anything. Because I'm sure that she had to sacrifice so much. But you actually made me realize that she was a problem. That it wasn't normal to be so controlling.
I'm glad that you can see that now. And better late than never, right?
Yeah. But because I was afraid to confront her all this time, she thought that she just kept hurling all these insults at you. But I don't want to stand back and do nothing about it anymore. She caused you more than enough trouble already. The next time she acts inappropriately and disrespects our family in any way, we'll just make a clean break from her.
Are you sure that's what you really want?
Of course. You and Heather are my biggest priorities right now. And I'm willing to take any means to stand up against anything or anyone that would even think to make either of you the least bit unhappy. And to make things even worse, it seems like my mother has been telling lies about us to Heather.
What do you mean? That's just unbelievable. I'll be home soon, so I hope you'll tell me everything.
I thought that I made myself clear when I told you not to show up for Heather's celebration. What part of don't come did you not understand? Because it seems like you're still heading to the restaurant after all. You should be ashamed for being so impotent. To think that you can impose on a family gathering like that.
But I told you that I was going to attend. Regardless of whether you wanted me there or not.
Fair enough, do as you please. But I'm telling you right now that you're only going to end up making a big fool of yourself. We're having a big family celebration for my granddaughter. I told you I don't consider you as part of my family, so you can help yourself to just the bread bowl, or something if you insist on burdening us with your presence.
Fine, I understand. So that means we'll no longer be sending you money every month, since that's a family obligation.
What do you mean by that?
I mean exactly what I said. But let me make it clear for you so that there's no misunderstanding.
As you said, we're not family, so you won't be receiving any money. I don't want my hard-earned money being wasted on such an ungrateful person anymore.
What did you say? Don't you even know that it should be your duty to financially support me? As my son's wife? You can't just stop sending money because of some difference of opinion. I'm sure my son would never allow that. What does he say about all this?
In fact, Jack is talking about cutting all ties with you. He said that he can no longer bear the terrible way you've been treating me. He's run out of patience with you and doesn't want to be at your beck and call all the time anymore.
That's impossible. I sacrificed so much to raise him single-handedly. He would never say such a thing. I didn't raise him to be that ungrateful.
Of course not. And that's why Jason has always been so thoughtful of you and wanting to ensure that you live comfortably. Even if he didn't agree with some of your ways, he always kept those opinions to himself. But now, he has his own family that he needs to protect and provide for. And since you keep trying to interfere with our family, he's finally decided to cut all ties with you.
That can't be true. I'll never allow that to happen.
It's not up to you to decide, so it doesn't matter what you think. We won't be sending you any money from now on, since we're not family as you said. And we'll no longer be involved with one another either. Which obviously means that our monthly visits are over as well.
You can't do that. Just think about helps that Heather will be if she's no longer able to see me. It's wrong for you to keep my granddaughter away like that.
Actually, Heather says that she doesn't like you all that much, as a matter of fact.
She said what? Why would she say such a thing?
Isn't it true that you've been telling her lies about me this whole time? Just like how you used to badmouth your husband in front of Jack when he was a child. What kind of child would be happy hearing lies about their own parent?
Those aren't lies. I was just giving her my opinion. Are you saying that it's wrong to tell Heather what I think?
If it makes her uncomfortable to hear those things, then yes, it's wrong. And she's made it quite clear to us that the only reason she enjoys going to her house is because of your dog. She wants to play with your dog, so she has no choice but to spend time with you as well. But that won't be a problem anymore since we just decided to adopt a dog.
What? How are you planning on taking care of a dog? You and Jack are hardly at home because you both work such long hours.
Actually, Jack left his job a while ago and works part-time now. He has a much more flexible schedule than before, so he's able to accommodate being at home.
What? Jack only works part-time? How is that possible?
We didn't say anything to you about it, because we knew that you would try to control his decisions. Jack had a hard time working full-time at his previous job, so I encouraged him to look for something part-time. He uses the extra time now to watch Heather and take care of the house. And it makes Heather feel like she's on top of the world to have her father's undivided attention like that.
You're just kidding, right? It just doesn't make sense. Earning enough, just working part-time?
Well, he earns less than half of what he used to. But thanks to him being able to spend more time at home, I've been able to work longer hours. So our total household income has gone up as a matter of fact. It doesn't always have to be the man's responsibility to financially support the family.
I can't believe that my son, the man of the house, is actually dependent on his wife. I didn't raise him to think that it was acceptable for a woman to be the breadwinner.
You never gave him any room to think for himself. And that's why I felt so pressured to obey you. Which probably caused a huge burden on his mental wellness. But we were able to resolve that problem. No thanks to you. And things have been going quite well so far. So from now on, anything concerning our family will be dealt with by ourselves. Which I'm sure will work out for the best in the end.
But reducing the monthly payments to me for that reason is just unfair.
Who said anything about reducing the payments? I'm pretty sure that I was clear that we will be stopping the payments. And in case you didn't understand the first time, we're cutting all ties with you immediately.
But why? It's your duty to care for me and make sure that I'm able to live comfortably.
Huh? But you've said so many times that you don't consider me as a part of your family because I have a job. That means we have no obligations to one another. Of course, that includes financial obligations. Oh, and we won't be attending the dinner to celebrate tonight. So you can enjoy your fancy Italian feast all by yourself.
What? Wait just a minute. Fine, I get your point now. Let's talk this over. like mature adults. I'm sure we'll be able to come to a mutual understanding.
Oh. It's too bad, but I have absolutely no intention of coming to any understanding with you. I have already tried to discuss this matter with you so many times. But you just continue to insult and criticize me. So now, I'm quite fed up with your terrible treatment. A bully like you deserves to be abandoned by everyone and should live a sad and lonely life. All alone. Ella hurried to my empty house in a fluster. My family headed to another restaurant to celebrate Heather's graduation. Fortunately, I never had to see her again in person. We moved away without informing her of our destination. Ella had to boost her work hours in order to sustain herself financially. With our whereabouts unknown, she lacked any support system or an outlet to impose her biased opinions upon.